Hello, everybody. It's Slushy, and I was literally looking through my movie reviews on YouTube, and I thought that I'd reviewed this film back when I saw it, just because it's definitely been one of my favorite horror films that's come out in the last decade or so, or I guess 2 decades since I've been alive. Jesus Christ, that makes me sound old. 2.5 decades, I should say. Almost. I'm more than halfway to 30, so that's scary shit. Anyways, we're gonna be reviewing Longlegs. This movie came out in 2024. I think it was 2024. This movie came out in 2024. I saw it in theaters twice. Very rarely do I get the opportunity to see a movie twice, and very rarely do I see a movie twice, even when given the opportunity. There's only been a handful of movies that I've done that with. Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Longlegs, and Welcome to Raccoon City, the Resident Evil movie that came out a couple years ago. Everything else I've just watched once, and that was it. So if that's any kind of statement about how I feel about this movie, I hope that tells you everything you need to know. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. That's fine. I don't need everybody to like what I like. I love it. It scared the hell out of me. There's something exceptionally creepy about religious-based horror whenever you're a religious person. It gets under your skin. It scares the hell out of you. Because I believe they use it, like, I don't believe there's malicious intent behind making movies like this. It's just a movie. It's literally just a movie. I feel like the only way this stuff will actually affect you mentally is if you let it, and if you open up that portal. I do, like, people have said they believe that there's a dark portal that happens whenever you engage with dark stuff, like demonic stuff or horror movies. But I really only believe that's a thing if you let that happen. If you open yourself up to that stuff. I just watch a movie, man. I just watch a movie. So if me watching Longlegs, like, I've been watching horror movies since I was 6 years old. Never a thing has happened. So I don't care. You know, I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in the devil. I believe you have to believe in the devil if you believe in the God. And if you believe in God, that's just how it works. But I'm not scared, you know. So I just wanted to, like, preface this whole conversation by talking about that. So I do believe that we kind of feel it as like a safety blanket. And so whenever that's brought up in horror films, it really resonates with us. Or me specifically, as a horror fan and a Christian, it really resonates with me, and it scared the hell out of me, got under my skin. My heart was pounding. I know that won't make sense to a lot of people, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who didn't have the same reaction as me, and that's totally fine, again. But this film had my heart pounding, to the point where I was getting worried about my own health. Like, I wasn't, like, on the verge of passing out exactly, but my heart was beating so fast where I literally touched my chest to make sure I wasn't about to have some form of heart attack or something. And it scared the hell out of me. It did. And I'm not even trying to blow smoke. This movie freaked me out on a level that I've never had happen before. And I feel like for that, I can't give it anything less than a 10 out of 10. This movie was exceptionally terrifying. There was nothing about it that I was like, oh God, that's awful. Why would they do that, you know? Nicolas Cage's Longlegs was fantastic. From all the promotions and the images and stuff, I had such high expectations for him. I feel like he's never taken very seriously, you know, and I was always kind of disappointed by that, because he's a very good actor. I feel like he's been in a couple of, like, jokey movies or something, or indie movies, and people stopped taking him seriously, but he's a really good actor. I don't know where the slight for Nicolas Cage came from, but he's a really damn good actor. He could do any role you put him in, and he'll do it to the top of his ability, and that's why I've always liked him, you know? It's like, even when a role is really small, and like an independent role that a lot of actors would just kind of phone it in, it really seems like he puts everything he has into it, and I respect the hell out of that, man. I respect not just putting effort in because it's a huge role that's making you a lot of money, but because it's a role, people are paying you to do it, and you should do it to the highest level, whether or not you're making the biggest bucks or not. And I love that ideology. That's how I live my life. So I love that no matter what, he always puts his best foot forward, and I feel like a lot of people could take lessons from that. I truly do. But also, Micah Monroe's in this movie, and she plays the detective Lee Harker. And I really only know Micah from It Follows, and I think I've seen her in another movie. I think it was called Villains with Bill Skarsgård. I think that was who was in that movie. But she's a great actress, you know. I feel like she doesn't get a lot of credit either, you know, but she is like, I consider her more of an up and coming actress because I feel like I haven't seen her in a ton of stuff. That's not saying she hasn't been in stuff. She's been in a lot of projects recently, that's for sure. Like in the last 5-6 years, she's been working a lot. But she was so good in this movie, so good as Lee Harker. And the lady who plays her mom, I can't remember the actress who plays her mom. Let me see if I can't get a light. This case is so dark, I can't even read the names on it. Alicia Witt. Alicia Witt, yeah. I think it's Alicia Witt. You can see what I'm saying, though. It's such a dark case, and that's like the only way I could see it, by doing that. The flashlight. Go figure, a detective-based movie, and I gotta shine a flashlight to read the credits. But she was really good as the mother. Very creepy. The way that she acted throughout the movie was like, is something going on here? Like, from the jump, when I first saw her in the movie, I was like, is something happening? Like, why does she act so strange? She acts like she's from another planet. And the movie kind of slowly starts to explain that to the point where you're like, oh, I see what's going on. That makes sense. That's why her mom's the way she is. That's fine. And then, you know, Longlegs, creepy by himself. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything about Longlegs. The way that he acts is so unnatural, so freaking creepy. He's so unsettling. I feel like if I saw a person like that in real life, I would probably be frozen in place because the way that he acts is just so otherworldly. Like, worse than her mom acted. He just moves and talks and responds so unnatural that it freezes you in place to the point where, like I said, if I did run into him, I probably would have something happen to me because I wouldn't know what to do. I'm like, what the hell's happening here? This guy's talking in a weird voice and spewing all kinds of weird shit. I'd just be frozen in place. I mean, my instinct would be to lay his ass out, punch him, but I don't know. How do you know what you would do in those situations? I mean, I've never been in the presence of like a 6 foot something guy who's talking all weird and saying he should have, good thing he brought his long legs today in a really weird voice. So this movie kind of reminds me of Seven in a way. Like Seven and Silence of the Lambs kind of wrapped into one. I had a lot of fun with it though. Like, as much as it did creep me out, I had a lot of fun with it. The second time was a lot better. I didn't leave the second showing feeling nearly as weird. For some reason, that first viewing was kind of like, what's the word people use? Like cathartic or something? Where you describe a feeling like you've never had before. Like, it's like just a really special, once in a lifetime type feeling. That's what I got with this movie the first time. The second time when I watched it with my girlfriend, I didn't really feel anything. I was just kind of like, yeah, this is a sick movie, you know? And then every other time since I've watched it, I don't have the same feeling anymore. But that first time, whoo boy, was it special. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Silence of the Lambs, Seven combination. And I love that. And there's also that supernatural aspect to it, which was really awesome as well. Because it's not just a Silence of the Lambs or a Seven mimic type film. It's also very much its own thing. I'm using those as comparison, but it's very different. And there's this cool game in the movie, by the way. I don't know if you guys have heard of it online, but there's the devil appears many times throughout this movie, like an actual form of the devil, like with horns and everything. I kind of made it a game of trying to count how many I could see. I don't believe I got all of them. I think I get to like 9, and I think there's like 12 or something like that. And I can't find the others, but it's a really fun game to try to find them in the movie. A couple of them are obvious. A handful of them, apparently, the ones that I can't find, are clearly hidden very well. Or they're just in spots where I wouldn't think to look, like maybe on a poster or a picture or something. I have no idea. But, yeah, I enjoyed this film. I don't know what there is to hate about it. Yeah, maybe people were led into believing it was going to be something it wasn't because of the advertisements. But to me, the advertisements literally promoted exactly what we got, which is what it is. I don't know why people were worked into believing it was something different, because when I watched the advertisements, I felt like when I watched the movie, I got exactly what I expected. And then some. So There's several twists in this movie. If you're somebody who likes twists, there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to expect to have happen, and it'll blow your mind straight out the back of your head. Yeah, I love this movie. I don't know what the hate's all about. I really don't get it. I hope you guys go and watch Longlegs, whether you watch it on streaming or pick up a copy. It's like, what is it like? What did I get this for? Like $10, $12, something like that. It's cheap. It's a DVD copy. So the DVDs are always cheaper. I never actually took it out of the slipcover, I think, ever since I bought it. I don't even know what the disc looks like. Is it red? Oh, it is. That's sick. It's a red disc. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be that excited over a colored disc, but it's so rare that they actually put a little bit of character into these discs. They're usually just black or silver. They usually don't even put that on it. Jesus, I'm impressed. Longlegs DVD. I'm sure the Blu-ray's probably a little bit more interesting. It also might be that the Blu-ray is the one with the silver discs. I have no idea, but I love this movie. Check it out for yourself. It's cheap to buy it, cheap to rent it, or if it's on streaming, just watch it on streaming. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.